Hijacks जी
प्रश्नकाल प्रश्न नंबर 1 सदन की कार्रवाई आज 12 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
सदन की कार्रवाई 12:30 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है। सदन नहीं चलने देंगे। सदन की कार्रवाई 1 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है। अगर आप सदन चलने नहीं देंगे, सदन की कार्रवाई 2 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
सभा की कार्रवाई 2:30 तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है। मैं सभा की कार्रवाई 3 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित करता हूँ। सभा की कार्रवाई कल मंगलवार दिनांक 21 जुलाई 2026 को प्रातः 11 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
Good evening, viewers. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is Nation Wants to Know and I'm Hina Gambhir. You know, monsoon session of Parliament began today and both houses were adjourned around 6 times. To be precise, Rajya Sabha 6 times and Lok Sabha 7 times. You just saw what happened. Yes, viewers, this happened amid ruckus and sloganeering by the opposition. Both inside and outside the Parliament, there was massive hangama. The reason behind pandemonium inside was opposition demanding discussions on key issues like NEET paper leak, Ram Mandir Chanda Chori. While unprecedented scenes were witnessed just meters away from the Parliament. Defying prohibitory orders, thousands of protesters, Cockroach Janta Party supporters marched towards Parliament. They attempted to breach the last barricade as well, but they were stopped by police. Unprecedented scenes were witnessed in the heart of national capital, which is a high security zone. Police used sticks, batons, tear gas shells to desist the protesters from going towards the Parliament. But viewers, in this process, multiple reports of injuries to both protesters and security personnel emerged. Around 50 police officials got injured. Yes, 50 police officials sustained injuries because there was stone pelting. Take a look at these visuals clearly. Stone pelting allegedly by protesters as per visuals that we have got. Why were stones being pelted at Delhi police officials? That's one question that's being asked today. It was supposed to be a peaceful protest. Stone pelting does not happen when a protest is supposed to be peaceful. Delhi police officials are now mulling multiple FIRs on vandalism, assault on public servants, obstructing public servants from performing their duty, destruction of public property, violation of prohibitory orders. Listen in. And before we get you that reaction, viewers, 2 MPs were also detained from the protest site. Dimple Yadav and Dharmendra Yadav. There were misleading reports of CJP founder also being picked up by Delhi police, but Delhi police then fact-checked this later, saying that he has not been detained. Apart from this, viewers, meetings happened. A channel of communication has been established between protesters and the government via Union Minister JP Nadda. 2 representatives of CJP met the minister and submitted their list of demands. Union Minister JP Nadda posted a picture on X confirming the meeting and mentioned this morning, for the first time, a proposal came from the protesters to hold talks with the government, and discussion started around 11:50 a.m. He requested the protesters to end their sit-in dharna and assist the administration in restoring normalcy. On the other hand, a meeting took place between Home Minister Amit Shah, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and Union Minister Kiran Rijiju that went on for over 3 hours. Then, around 4 p.m., police got the protest site cleared. As per CJP, its founder Abhijit Dipke, Saurav Das, Ashutosh Ranka and Sonam Wangchuk's wife are still continuing their sit-in protest at Jantar Mantar. Take a look at what happened today.
As you can see, the protesters and the demonstrators are trying to scale the barricade. You can see over hundreds of these protesters have moved from Jantar Mantar and are now trying to move towards Parliament. Delhi police personnel are carrying out a baton charge. The baton charge has been going on for past 2 to 3 minutes. The police, in fact, had made several announcements. Also, announcements were made by CJP leadership asking the protesters not to move towards Patel Chowk.
they came here to protest against the NEET paper leak, but the manner in which they have been pushed back by the Delhi police is certainly not something which they were expecting. And that too, multiple tear shells being lobbed on them is certainly which had triggered them more. We exactly don't know whether this information has reached to those protesters who have been sitting at Janta Party or not. You can see the visuals that the protesters, once again the tear shell chopping up, प्रदर्शनकारियों पे एक बार फिर से आंसू गैस के गोले चलाए जाने लगे हैं, क्योंकि पुलिस कितनी भी कोशिश कर रही है, प्रदर्शनकारी यहाँ से हटने को तैयार नहीं है। इसलिए मजबूरन एक बार फिर से आप देखें, पूरा आसमान सफेद हो गया है, क्योंकि आंसू गैस के गोले इस्तेमाल किए जा रहे हैं पुलिस की तरफ से। जिस तरीके से रायसीना रोड और रफीमार और इस महत्वपूर्ण गोल चक्कर यानी शास्त्री भवन के ठीक सामने की ये जो तस्वीरें हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं।
The security has been beefed up at the main entrance of the parliament. You can see that the QRT over here, they have taken the position, given the fact that how exactly this particular gate is also closed. Now we know for a fact that students in hundreds and thousands of number have marched towards the central Delhi. As we speak, we can hear the tear gas shells being fired.
वहाँ पे देखो बैठा वो लड़का मारा। आपको दिक्कत होगी।
आग पे लगी क्या मतलब रोक रहे थे आप? हम प्रोटेस्ट को रोक रहे थे, बैरिकेड के खड़े थे, सामने से पत्थर लगा दिए, पत्थर मार दिए।
So you saw, viewers, what happened in the heart of national capital today. This has given ammunition, lots of ammunition, to the opposition to target the government. From M.K. Stalin to Mamata Banerjee to leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi to Akhilesh Yadav. All have raised questions on police action. Not a word on 50 cops who also got injured while doing their job in keeping the high security area safe and protecting the parliamentarians on day one of the monsoon session of parliament. Listen in.
Prime Minister Modi is the most anti-youth Prime Minister India has ever had. The boys and girls who are walking the streets of Delhi are not criminals. They are demanding their rights. There's absolutely nothing wrong in what they're doing, and it's disgusting what the government is doing and what the police is doing. This is absolutely no way to behave. Tear gassing students, lathi-charging students is not democratic. It's not India's way, and it is not the way this should be done. They have legitimate demands. The Prime Minister should accept these demands and do something about it. Everybody is sick and tired of the way our education system is running. Everybody is sick and tired of how the RSS has captured our education system, and Modi disrespects all the young people of this country. All they believe in is asatya and hinsa.
ये सरकार नहीं अहंकार है, और जो श्रद्धांजलि में भेदभाव करते हो, जब लाखों लाख और करोड़ों लोग और करोड़ों परिवार इस आंदोलन से जुड़े हों, जिन बच्चों की जान गई, उनके एक शब्द नहीं, श्रद्धांजलि तक नहीं, इससे बड़ा अहंकार क्या हो सकता है सरकार को? और जब बच्चे यहाँ आए हैं, छात्र, नौजवान, युवा जब यहाँ आए हैं, और वो चाहते हैं सरकार कोई सुने, सरकार में अहंकार कितना कि सुनना भी नहीं चाहती है। सुनना तो दूर, अगर वो लोकसभा यहाँ तक आना चाहें अपनी बात कहने, तो लाठी और जो अन्याय कर सकते हैं, जो प्रताड़ना दे सकते हैं, वो दे रहे हैं।
Has politics hijacked students stir? Is the question that we are asking this evening on Nation Wants to Know. And joining us on the broadcast are my guests. We have R.P. Singh, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Deepak Reddy, National Spokesperson of TDP, Ellen Rao, former DCP. We have with us former DCP Delhi, he is, and Imran Ahmed Ali, lawyer and political analyst. Also joining us is Pooja Mishra, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining us here on Times Now. Let me begin by asking you, Imran Ahmed Ali, has politics hijacked student stir? Because, you know, there are two set of pictures that we would like to highlight for our viewers here. One, of course, what happened, we all saw, we all covered it through the day. Times Now, the only channel getting all sides of this particular story, wherein a lot of drama, a lot of chaos, unprecedented scenes were witnessed in the heart of the national capital. On the other hand, there are also pictures of two representatives of Cockroach Janta Party that's supposed to be leading this particular protest, having a cordial meeting with Union Minister JP Nadda, wherein assurances were given, and after that protesters were also removed from the site. Peacefully all of that happened. I mean, is politics hijacking this stir?
If you ask me if politics is hijacking this turf, the answer can only be given by the government. Accountability or asking for accountability is not anti-government, it is pro-democracy. The strongest governments are not those who don't fail, they're the ones who accept responsibility when they do. Today we have tear gas, today we have lathi charges, today we have water cannons, all on students. Yesterday there were reports, and there are videos and it's all over social media, that there was a truck standing full of stones right next to the area. There was an overturned vehicle that was brought by the police for barricading or whatever XYZ reason. So we have to go beyond the narrative that sometimes is pushed towards us. Today the problem is JP Nadda ji is not the education minister. He is not the one who has to be found accountable.
But they did not want to meet the education minister. With due respect, Imran, before I go across to my other guests, I have one more question for you. Imran, 1 second, hear me out. You spoke about what police did today. We all have seen what happened in the national capital. What about stone pelting that also took place? Why absolute silence on that particular aspect? I mean, those police officials, they were just doing their job, firstly. Second, these protesters did not have a permission for this Parliament Chalo march that they had planned for 20th of this month, which is today, when monsoon session of Parliament was supposed to begin. It is a high security zone. There is a designated spot for holding protest. Nobody stopped that protest from taking place. So now you respond to me. What happens to all of these issues?
Yes. Okay, first I go on to your stone pelting issue. Your last part of what you said answered the first. You said it is a high security zone. Find out under whose instructions, under whose permissions was the truck full of stones that was reported last night allowed to come into the area. The problem, Hina ji, is one today. The problem is of precedent. If today the education minister has to resign because of a paper leak, tomorrow the transport minister will have to resign when a thousands of crore project fails. When there is, I mean, we've all witnessed the E20, we have witnessed energy security problems. These respective ministers will have to resign. We know during COVID, when oxygen cylinders fell short, we know that health ministers will have to resign. So the whole problem here today is only one. Problem is that you will be held accountable, you will be held responsible, and especially
nobody is raising questions on the intent of the people who started this protest. Nobody is raising questions on what their problems really are. Neat paper leak is a reality, but the point really is that peaceful protests in a democracy are extremely important. But the point is, what led to these protests turning violent?
Good evening, Hina. I'm here in your debate and I have to abide by your protocol. It's not that I'll do away with your protocol and say, no, it's my way or highway. So same is with the protest, same as running the Parliament also. But there's a designated place for the protest. Tomorrow, these protesters were trying to walk toward the Parliament. Someone under the grab could have done any mischief. Then who would have been held responsible? Whose responsibility it would have been? People or people who are right now supporting the protest would have said, oh, this is police responsibility. Why didn't police do so? Why didn't police do the check on this? How could Parliament be attacked? So police has to do its job. And also there are, again I said, there are norms. But what was being said on the protest was, I have videos with me, we talk about Azadi, Azadi, Hame Chahiye, Azadi. Azadi from whom? This country is Azad. Well, again, you're coming to the same slogans which are chanted in JNU or in Shaheen Bagh. Also, bas naam rahega Allah ka. Why bring a religious part to it? Sansad ko ukhad phenkenge. These are all video recorded things, which I have. If you want, I'll send it to you. Sansad ko barbaad kar denge. Modi ko peetenge. There are people on record. They have all the right. Okay. If you think it's part of the democracy, God bless such people who think it's part of the democracy. But fact is that if you have a concern, you raise your concern. There's a parliament which is functioning. Parliament represents people, and people who represent the parliament who represent people can raise the question in the parliament. But why create a ruckus outside the parliament when you have no permission to do so? And when you do so, obviously police will has to take care of it. And in that process, then the person is saying, "Oh, patthar wala truck kahan se aa gaya?" Well, then why didn't you create a noise that very evening? I mean, Hina or the other channels representatives are there. I have not seen any truck of the stones being present there or being shifted there. But if it is so, then that is responsibility of the people who are running the protest. They should have ensured that that it should have been vacated that very evening. But again, who did the stone pelting? The police cops were injured. So don't show all that. That doesn't work. I mean, that doesn't work. I can show you. I can show you right now. The youngsters seeking the activists under the grab of these people seeking ajadi from various places. I mean, they don't show all that.
Well, those are the claims of BJP, and certain claims have been made by Imran as well. And I will not like to, say that it's correct, because we'll wait for an official version. Because when a protest of this magnitude happens, there are some who do try to take advantage. Something we saw happen today as well. Remember, CJP spokesperson put out a post on X saying that its founder has been picked up. Then Delhi police had to clarify later that no, he has not been detained. He is very much present at the designated site. So a lot of rumors also fly. We do not want to add to the problems that are already there on the ground. So I will like to go across to Mr. L.N. Rao as well. Mr. L.N. Rao, you must have seen the dramatic visuals that came out today and how questions are being raised on how the police reacted to control the situation. What will you like to say to those specifically who are saying it was police brutality that could have been avoided?
Good evening, Ina. Again, this is a very serious matter today. It happened with the capital of Delhi, the capital of India. The Delhi city has witnessed today. We don't have any dispute about the protest, that we are in a democratic country. We can have protest of any legitimate issues. We can have it, but at the designated places, not at the parliament or where there is a high security zone, where there is no permission by the protester to go there. Police is there doing their duty, and while police is there performing their legitimate duty, and the police has been beaten by the protester by throwing stones. The police is not there to beat to get the beatings like this, and it's very shameful. As Mr. R.P. Singh was saying, that the slogans like this has been spoken by the protesters. These are not the peaceful protesters. Peaceful protest is always welcomed in democracy, because we definitely say that if there is any wrong thing is going on in the system, that should be protested by a civil manner. That everything has been prescribed by the SOP, standard operating procedure, how to do protest, where the permission has to be taken, and during that permission that we have to mention how many people will be there, what is the location of the protest, and the designated location of the protest is there. Nobody is stopping to do protest there on by the peaceful protesters. But the people, when the people go on vandalism, then the police has to take their action, and the action was taken legitimately within the law. Because once the crowd is unruly, then the police has to announce that you are unruly, you scatter from here there, and then if they don't abide by the instructions, then the police has to use the tear gas, and then after that the lathi charge is there. So the police is doing their duties, and they have to do to take the law in their. The people are not allowed to take their law in their hands. But police has to do their duties to establish the law of the land at the city, because we are living in a civilized society. And in this civilized society, nobody is allowed to take law in their hands. And if somebody is taking law in their hands, they will be treated as per law of our country. And as the procedure of the police protocol.
Mr. L.N. Rao, stay on with us. I know Imran wants to respond, but before that, let me also quickly take opening comments from my other two panelists waiting patiently. Pooja Mishra, How will you like to respond? We just heard from Mr. L.N. Rao. He's former DCP National Capital only, and he explained to us that it is a standard operating procedure that's usually followed in situations like these. I mean, we had some Samajwadi Party netas also joining the protest of the students who were detained by the police because, because of what was going on. Is politics hijacking the students' movement that was peaceful till now?
Hina, when did this movement started? The movement started when our CGI called the unemployed youth cockroach. At that time, movement started. The protest started 1 month back. Today was the 30th day, and the hunger strike also started back 25 days. And no political parties were involved. You wanted us, the opposition, to make a blind eye to the protest, the way government did. I'm talking about the Azadi, what they were chanting the slogan, हमें चाहिए आजादी, पेपर लीक से आजादी, corruption से आजादी, बेरोजगारी से आजादी. You didn't hear them. You're not coming from the Western politics. I know. I come from Western politics and I know कि जब आजादी की बात करते हैं तो आजादी की बात करते हैं जितनी गंदी चीजें चल रही है वहां से. For 30 days, these students were peacefully protesting, constitutionally protesting.
That is my question. If the students were peacefully protesting, Pooja ji, then how did it turn violent today? Patharbazi ho rahi hai. Stones are being pelted.
Hina, I think your media house also would have recorded that video last night only. Last night, a lot of videos surfaced all over India that why this truck full of stone is here on the protest site. Why the checking ammunitions had been removed.
So what is it that you're trying to say, Ms. Pooja Mishra? Imran also made the same point. What is it that you're alluding to? What is the point that you're trying to make by saying that there was a truck full of stones at the site? What are you trying to say?
I can even tell you the 407. That truck is 407. And even lot of YouTubers, just last night only, why this truck is here? Why this truck is full of stone? They just saw all of the visuals. All of the visuals are all around the India, and everyone can see it, can access it. Those videos are viral. And even the protesters, they argue, why police is
even if going by what Imran and you're claiming right now, 1 second, Pooja ji, 1 second. Going by what both of you have claimed, Imran and Pooja ji, even if there were stones, I don't know who got it. I don't know details of that. We've not heard anything officially on that one. So we don't know whether it's true or false. We'll wait for an official word on that one. But even if it was there, does it mean the protesters will pick up those stones and start throwing it on the police officials who are trying to control the situation?
No,
is that acceptable to you?
No, they didn't throw stone. That's also fact.
No. 1 second. You respond to my question. Is it okay for you to see a video wherein stones are being pelted at police officials? You don't have a problem with that?
Everyone has a problem with that. But who fabricated that? That need to be. You can't, at least the student who
will you like to respond?
Constitutionally protesting for 30 days. And for 30 days...
But nothing happened. For all these years, it was for all these days, it was a peaceful protest, Pooja ji. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yesterday night,
but ma'am, that does not mean people at the site will start picking up those stones and throwing at the police officials. How is that justified in our democracy? Deepak Reddy, how will you like to respond to these points that, Pooja Mishra is making now and earlier Imran had made?
Yeah, you look at Rahul Gandhi's comments for quite some time. He's been talking about violence coming. So now things are falling into place. The way I look at it is the students' protests are different, and what is going on here is different. There are two different things. What we can see here are purely anti-national elements. You can see the India ecosystem, which is being supported by the deep state. You can see the leftists being supported and played as per China. Then you can see some Khalistani and Kashmiri separatist elements there. So this is the fact. So let me come and talk about one more thing. We strongly support anybody who they have a right for protest, but they don't have a right for violence. Now, the question here to be asked is, who has injured the police? Who has damaged the vehicles there? And who have actually damaged the properties and barricades there? Who got the truck full of stones there? And then why were the the government property damaged there? The point here is The government is receptive to the students. Today, you can see Nadaji has actually met them. And you can see even in being a part of the NDA, when students have problem and they post a request on social media, our Minister Lokesh Ji has actually addressed issues. We are pro-students and we are pro-people. But these anti-social elements which have come in here and hijacking this.
That has come from TDP, that there are anti-social elements who perhaps infiltrated and tried to, make things go in this way, the way we saw it turn into, tried to, see that things go violent. Imran wants to come in and then Pooja, quickly.
Today my question is, you talk about who damaged government property, but you do not ask under whose government were the papers leaked. You don't ask under whose government did 12
Imran,
to 20 kids,
with due respect, Imran,
commit suicide.
One second. What makes you say we do not question what led to paper leak? I mean, today we are discussing something different. We are talking about why this protest went violent. Nobody is raising questions on the protest. Let me be very, very clear with it. Protests were going on for so many days. Why is it that today suddenly things went awry? Why is it that today things went violent?
Because it took this protest marching towards the parliament for even Mr. JP Nadda to meet. They have been protesting for months. Mr. Somanam Wangchuk has been on a hunger strike today for the 23rd day, but nothing happened. Kids are committing suicide, papers are getting leaked, and this is not the first time. There are reports which say 89 of these instances, whether they be paper leaks, they be cancellations, they be rescheduling. So if you ask me today, and another question which you very rightly asked, what am I trying to tell you by saying there was a truck standing? The best way to derail a peaceful protest is have somebody else come in. So that is what I ask you, that how in such a high security zone did a truck full of stones come in?
Singh, please respond. That's a big charge that has come in. RP Singh.
Well, I have a video to show if that is the case, and he was showing you, I have a video to show.
बता रहा हूं मैं, और बाकी बंदे मैंने अपने उधर से बुला लिए हैं। भाई हमें रोकने की कोशिश मत करना, क्योंकि मौली जागरे से हूं। हाँ, चंडीगढ़ मौली जागरे से पहले बता रहा हूं। कोई भी अगर रोकेगा, अगर किसी ने भी रोकने की कोशिश,
The man is holding a stone in his hand, and if that was the case, then why didn't they withdraw the agitation? The best would have been they could have withdrawn the agitation. They could have said, okay, we are not going ahead with the march till the time this truck is removed. But this is all crap he's talking about on the TV channel. I mean, you can pick up or build up stories, but fact is that there's a designated place for everything.
Okay.
There's a protocol for everything.
Imran, quick rebuttal, then I want to go across to Mr. Ellen Rao.
They have been sitting there for months, Mr. Singh. They've been sitting there for months, yet you do nothing.
Remove this truckload of stones, or we will not go to the parliament. Simple.
Why did Mr. Nadda meet them today? What stopped you for months? Why did you let 20 kids commit suicide?
Okay. Mr.
20 lives, you understand? And 12 to 20 lives, do you understand what is the meaning of the
nobody is
suicide
raising
of a student
questions
because of
on the protest that is going on, that perhaps will continue. The problem that everyone has is with violence that also took place today. Why did it turn violent is the question. Mr. Ellen Rao, your closing comments on what, those supporting the opposition and those in the opposition have to say.
In my service, I have seen so many protests like this, and that these type of protests is when these are being implicated, or these are being taken over by the politicians or by the hooligans or by the bad elements. Then these type of protests turn violent. And no violence, there is no place for violence in our democracy. I'm giving an answer to the Imran's question because they have raised this truck issue time and again. If there was truck, that is to be verified whether it was there or not. If there was truck full of, then are they given license to take out the straws from the truck and throw it on the police? This is very sad. They should not take this point on this, that the truck was loaded there, and again they are saying that they are not given any license to go violence and attack on the police. Police is not there meant for beating by the hooligans. And this is not tolerable at all.
Okay. Deepak Reddy also wants to come in. Lots of hands being raised. Deepak Reddy, then Imran. 1 second, one by one.
One comment. These children are our children. No, we can understand their pain. But I would like to appeal to them to distance themselves from these political parties which are trying to get, benefit out of them.
Okay.
Because if cases are booked, they will not get government jobs. And even a passport doesn't get issued. They can't travel abroad.
Okay.
They will be putting their future in jeopardy.
Pooja Mishra, then Imran.
Pooja. Book cases against them. This is the height of hypocrisy when you say that you are pro-student and you are threatening right now on the TV debate that if cases will be booked against you, don't go to the opposition. Don't seek help from the opposition.
No, but you tell me, how is stone pelting justified, Ms. Pooja Mishra? How is stone pelting justified? Even if I go by the point you and Imran have made, there was a truck full of stones that was brought there last night. 1 second, Pooja ji, 1 second. How is stone pelting justified? You explain this to me. How is that part of a peaceful protest in a democracy?
The CJP spokesperson threatened the student that charges would be booked against them.
No, you did not respond to the question that I have asked.
I am answering that question. No student pelted a stone.
Then what do you make of the visuals that clearly show people who are pelting stones at police officials? Should I show you those visuals again? Let's put up those pictures again for Pooja ji and the viewers also to see. Just see. There you can see the pictures are being played right now for our viewers where some people are pelting stones at the cops.
These are no different.
This is the second camera that you can see. And there you can see a lot of them. It's not one or two people. Lot of these people who are part of the so-called peaceful protests were pelting stones at the cops. How is this justified, Pooja ji? You tell me.
This is just to wipe out the peaceful protest.
Okay.
These are the people planted by BJP only.
Okay.
The students have been protesting 30 days constitutionally and they were walking to the parliament.
So it is BJP netas who came inside and they pelted stones at the cops is what you're saying.
Yes,
Imran.
Without any basis of proof, I will not say who did it. My only questioning why the truck was there to find out who brought the stones, and if someone is held responsible for bringing it on purpose, they should be held accountable and law should take its course. So whether I support stone pelting, no, and
I've said this Imran, by that logic, if we accept the logic that you're giving, does it give anybody, Imran, in that case, the right to pick up stones and throw it at the cops who are trying to control the situation? I mean, these Delhi police officials are only doing their job. What is the problem with them?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nothing justifies violence, whether it is a lathi charge on upper parts of the body by officials unwarranted or stone pelting on police. But my question today is another one I have to give you. There's a lawyer who's put up a video. He asked the police officials that these are people who are coming with HIT. HIT is an ordinary, like a cockroach spray to send cockroaches away. Now, this is an explosive material in its composition. He goes to the cops and says, you're allowing these people to come into it. This place cannot have explosive material over 100 ml. He says, go to the police station and file a complaint. Now, what are these double standards? On one side,
I will get Mr. Ellen Rao, who understands. 1 second. I will get Mr. Ellen Rao to respond to the point that you have made. But I just want to say one thing for our viewers as well. A lot is being floated on social media to spread rumors, to mislead people. We've seen all of that. So it's not that blindly we can trust everything that's being put out on social media. We have to be very, very particular about it. In fact, today, and that's why I mentioned it in my introduction itself, today, CJP spokesperson put out a post on X saying that its founder has been detained by Delhi police. I mean, can you imagine that person is the spokesperson of this movement and saying its founder has been picked up by Delhi police, which was later fact-checked by Delhi police. So I will exercise caution here because you can't just trust everything that's floating on social media, because definitely there are some people who are trying to take advantage of the peaceful protest of the students. Mr. Ellen Rao, how will you respond to the point that Imran has made now?
Yes, Hina ji, definitely the students have been made a scapegoat, and the students might be having a peaceful protest, but because of the social media misinformation on the social media by so many videos, like maybe maybe misguided these people, and in that process, so many bad elements might have been involved in that. And about this a truck full of stones, that is to be verified who has put it. But even then, again, I am saying that nobody has the right to use those stones to pelt on the police officers who are doing their duty. This is very sad, and that I fully agree with Mr. Deepak. The innocent students have been made scapegoat in this case, because if there is any case, this total career will be ruined. They will not get any job. They will have so many problems because of that. These things must be understood by the parents of the such students. The parents should also advise the students that not to involve in such type of activities where these hooligans are there, where these type of protests are being taken over, hijacked by the political party.
Now, the point that's being made is that perhaps students are being made a scapegoat here. I want to understand from you one thing. You know, as per Union Minister JP Nadda, the conversations with CJP representatives began around 11:50 a.m. in the morning. The chaos on the streets continued till at least 4 o'clock. In fact, it was around 2 p.m. that things completely went south, and the protesters tried to breach the last layer of barricading as well. They were barely 50 meters away from the Parliament complex. You tell me why there was nobody from the opposition side that was part of the protest, or from CJP, trying to tell the protesters here that we are in touch with the government, please hold on, please wait. Why did that not happen?
Hina, why didn't government official come?
No, I have a question for you. I have asked you a question. I'm not here to take your questions.
I'm asking question to the government. It's not the question to you.
First, you respond to the question that I am asking. Ask questions. 1 second. There is parliament for you to ask questions. वहाँ तो आप कुछ होने नहीं देते हैं. वहाँ तो डिसरप्शन, हंगामा, स्लोगनेरिंग के अलावा आज हमें कुछ देखने को नहीं मिला. यहाँ पर तो आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए. I am asking you this question specifically, Pooja ji, because Samajwadi Party MPs were part of this protest. So if conversations were going on with the government, why was there no direction to these protesters who were trying to reach the parliament?
How these innocent girls were beaten up, how they were torn down. And you're saying that why the opposition leader didn't ask, why the BJP didn't send
I really don't think you have an answer to that. Let me attempt that with Imran now. Imran, 11:50 the conversation started. He's put it on record, Union Minister JP Nadda. Why was there nobody from CJP or from the political parties who were backing these people, the supporters of CJP, that hold on, we are in conversation with the government, please wait? Because while the talks were going on, we saw things actually, go in the southern direction. I mean, they literally went out of hand.
Okay, Hina ji. Hina ji, today the challenge is to the Union Minister of Education. The person meeting is the Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare and Chemical and Fertilizers. So if you ask me a straight question that did the government engage properly with what is the cause of this protest? No, they did not.
Okay.
The Union Minister of Chemical and Fertilizers.
I take your point. Now you please tell me. So, I don't have a lot of time. You please tell me. If there was a problem, in meeting the Union Home Minister, Mr. JP Nadda, then CJP representatives would not have gone for this particular meeting. That's point number one. You and me cannot decide on their behalf who they want to meet and who they would not like to meet. It is their protest, and that is why I started by saying, has this protest been hijacked by some politicians? Is politics hijacking students, sir? Because if CJP representatives do not have a problem in meeting Mr. JP Nadda, they handed over their list of demands to Mr. JP Nadda. It was a cordial meeting. They said that, he'll get back to them. He has listened to what their concerns really were. Then the same question comes, is politics hijacking this movement?
What is actually hijacking this movement is the government's sheer or non-wanting of communication.
Okay.
Sonam Wangchuk has been on a hunger strike for the past 23 days.
Now you are very conveniently shifting the goalpost. Now you've gone to Sonam Wangchuk. Anyways, closing comments, Mr. RP Singh and Mr. Reddy. Very, very quickly, 10 seconds each.
Mr. Reddy first.
Go ahead, Mr. Singh.
पहले आप में तो शो खत्म हो जाएगा.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. Now coming to Sonam Wangchuk, they said his health was not good, but today his wife says that his health is perfect and he was lifted. So we can see the contradiction there. And now it is absolutely clear that the students were in talk with the government, and they said the government, Mr. Nadda was sympathetic towards them. In spite of that, this was aggravated. Only because of the evil intentions of the indie ecosystem. And this is something
10
which
seconds,
is absolutely
Mr. R.P.
clear
Singh. I have to wind up the debate.
Well, there's a very famous saying of Mr. Arun Jaitley. I mean, opposition did that, rent a cause. I mean, they will get into and figure a cause which is not, which they don't build up. But they did that, and then what has happened today is because they were, as per me, they were people who were part of the opposition, who were part of the stone pelting also.
Okay. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here on Nation Wants to Know this evening. We'll, of course, be tracking it very, very closely ahead as well. Heading into a short break.